We interrupt this program to bring you an important announcement. Warning, some viewers may find the following footage deeply disturbing. Hazardous substance. Viewer discretion is advised. Let the games begin!
Hey, this is Tiffany Shepis, and you're listening to Slashers Podcast.
Oh, wait, I'm not ready. Just kidding.
Oh, darn. Too late.
Dun, dun.
Lance, please, it's not your episode. What if your high school bullies got kidnapped by a serial killer and you had the chance to save them? Would you? Coming up next on Slashers Podcast. Welcome back to I'm in Love with the Monster February, a terrible theme picked out by one of our co-hosts. But in this case, we're going to switch it around and say a monster's in love with me. But before we get into the film of the week, let's do our weekly catch-up. And you guys, what's the hips? What's the haps? We'll go in alphabetical order as always. So Lance, go ahead.
Well, folks, I think I'm into physical media again. I think I am. Because just recently, I just got the 4K, like, Ultra HD of Basket Case. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, it won't do it. Oh, kind of. There it is, kind of.
We see
But either way-
Hubris, whatever his name is.
Yeah. They had a special going on over at this Barnes and Nobles near me. It was really cool. It's by, I think it's Arrow Videos that put it out or whatever. But they had a whole really sweet 4K, whole bunch of different kind of DVDs and stuff like that. And I was like, ooh, this is kind of cool. And then that's pretty much what I'm kind of into that now. I don't know why, but I get some VHSs recently and everything like that. So I think I'm going to go down that rabbit hole a little bit. Maybe just specific things, not go too crazy because I don't like having too much clutter, even though, Ada and Mikey will probably say otherwise to my clutter for collecting. But
Movies, I have a ton. I can't.
yeah. And then also,
Well, what he's trying to say is, Mikey, you'll be sleeping in the beanbag when you get over there.
The
that's not
beanbag
true.
next to your bed.
Oh,
I mean, if you
yeah.
had to.
Well, he might like that, actually.
Ooh.
But I also, I can't see. Oh, yeah. So I started that record that I wanted to get Michael Jackson, the one called Ben, which is basically the record that goes along with the movie Ben, but it's a sequel. Ben is a sequel to Willard. Yeah, that's right. But this record's actually pretty hard to find, and I was really shocked to find it. I think it's a first print. I'm not 100% sure, but it was cheaper than I thought it was going to be, which is kind of cool because it was only $25. But I thought it was $45, and I was totally wrong about that. And when I went back there again, a certain someone told me I should probably buy it, so I did.
I know.
Yes,
and
that
I missed
was-
out on my fox coat. It's a bomber jacket made out of fox.
Oh
fur.
God, yeah.
They would have poured red paint on you.
Ugh.
See, I was seeing her, and she's like, "No, it doesn't."
Technically, it doesn't count if it's a secondhand store because she didn't pay for it to get murdered. She's just giving it a good home.
I
Someone
know.
said that. I forgot who it was. But yeah, that whole conversation was on our last episode about your Ben album.
Yeah, right. But I actually purchased it this one. I didn't purchase it the last episode, but yes.
Yes, because A told you should go get it.
Yeah.
Yes. Although they had a lot of junk in that store, but anytime I'm with Lance, he loves taking us to thrift stores.
Amazon,
AK.
it fell off the truck store.
Yeah.
You love that place, don't you lie, Mikey?
So, I mean, it's always an adventure, I should say. I mean, very
Mhm.
rarely do I find anything I like, except for the fox fur bomber jacket from like the what did it say? 1974 on it.
Yeah.
Sounds like a seven. thing.
and
How much
it's
was it?
So cute. It was 250.
Ooh, damn.
I know.
Well, Lance bought a
I can
scuba
get
outfit one
Eiffel
time.
I
What?
did. I got it.
Why
That's-
did you buy that? For what purpose?
You never know.
It
It
was
was
$4.
$3. It's worth like $400.
You
You
bought
better wear that to Scaradise.
You just walk around. I'll give you
You need to
scuba
put that
suits.
thing. You need to get your $4 worth and wear it to Scaradise, and dress up as I don't know. Is the mutilator in this? There has to be a killer in the swimsuit.
And the
I mean,
scuba gear.
I could be the guy who gets bitten by the shark in the first Beetlejuice. Remember? Because he had the shark on his leg and he was a scuba diver. Do you not?
No,
I don't recall. Mm.
you could be that guy from SpongeBob.
Hey,
What
man.
guy from SpongeBob?
Isn't there a guy
Oh,
that wears like the scuba suit, scuba
oh,
suit?
and that's from the movie when they
First one
take
is-
them out of the water.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
When they almost die and everybody was crying in the theater.
Oh, when he dries up.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
dead.
well, Lance, thank you for your weekly recap of what movies did you watch, and it was just you bought movies. So, Aid, what have you been up to this week?
I actually went to Universal Studios or Saturday, because I wanted to go to the Halloween. They have a Halloween store that I took video footage of in a couple months ago, and I forgot to make a video, so I got to do that.
Uh-oh.
But it's brand new. They have it if you live in Orlando or you live in the area and you have your passes and you go to Iowa, there is a Halloween store. It's called All Hallows something. I don't know. I gotta look at the title of it in my video, but it has all of the like all kinds of like Halloween horror stuff that has to do with not just Halloween Horror Nights, but also like stuff from Epic as well. And then all of the Universal horror movies. So this month they had like a feature at the front of it of the birds. So it was like all birds memorabilia. So like sweatshirts and like water bottles and purses and like super cute, super cute. So I went there because I was like, oh, let me see if they have anything on sale from Christmas because they had Christmas tree. What is the thing, the rug that goes around the tree? What is that called?
The skirt.
The skirt. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. They had Bride of Frankenstein Christmas tree skirts and Universal Monster, like really nice
That's cool.
stockings, like all black with like really pretty like lace around it, like very like more fancy, not like kitschy or hokey.
Oh,
So
nice.
I was hoping that they'd be on sale and the
And this is a
stockings.
year-round store?
Yeah, yeah. So it's actually so when you go into I don't know how long they're going to have it because it's in Islands of Adventure and the Lost Continent area and everything in that area is sort of shutting down. Like the rumor is that well they already closed down Poseidon's Fury, but the rumor is that they're going to make it into Zelda, Legend of Zelda ride in that
Nice.
area. Yeah, so they want to do, I think they're going to bring more Nintendo into that area because nobody gives a fuck about the Greek gods anymore, I guess. So,
That's
so
funny.
until they demolish that area, we have this store, and it's like all kinds of different things that you can think of, and they even have like a whole section, like a whole wall of different hot sauces, like different horror hot sauces. Like they had like this like it seemed like it was like Monster Jizz sauce. I'm like, I don't know if I should get this for
Monster
my
juice
kid or not.
sauce.
But I
It was
did
rubbish.
Yeah.
snag a couple of blind boxes, so stay tuned everyone for our next opening. Maybe Mikey and Lance can open it when they're here. We'll see.
Like our last one. Do you remember that
Yeah,
video?
let's see how well that goes.
I
Well,
think that's one of our like most like watched videos was when you yelled at Lance.
well, he wasn't looking at the camera. He was
Look at
looking
the
at
camera.
me.
I am looking at the camera.
You're looking at me, so you're like
Oh my
looking like you're
god.
looking over the camera.
Where the camera is literally facing me. I
That's such
cannot
a great
look
video.
at you. Here's
Well,
one.
that no, well, we can ask Joe because I sent Joe a video of Lance showing both the shirts. And I'm like yelling at him in that video too, because I'm like, what shirt do you fucking want? Because like I don't know what color. And I'm
Well,
picking it up and I had Lance turn
model it. I mean, there's a reason the ending of the episode changed. If you stayed after the episode of last week's,
Mm.
you'll hear A ask us to take it out. I'm like, no.
no. Oh, whatever. Anyway, so that was the only new thing I did this weekend. Oh, I did watch all of the first half of Bridgerton, but that's not horror, so I know you don't care.
I just don't watch it. But I didn't get to watch it, but I did see that a trailer released for a new Resident Evil movie with Micah Monroe today.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I don't know if it's related to the Raccoon City movie that came out pretty recently, but it said something about Raccoon City. I don't know.
Well, they were supposed to continue that franchise, I thought, and that kind of seemed to die. So,
That one got really weird mixed. I liked it, but it
Yeah.
got mixed reception. I think it was more like everybody was like, "Yay, you finally got the video game aspect down, but you changed the way the characters look." Um, you're just not gonna make anybody
well,
happy.
yeah, like, but you can't change Leon though. That's the thing. I mean, I liked the guy who played Leon, but Leon is like hot as fuck, and he has that like he's very distinct looking. Like,
Mhm.
why can't we just find a Leon that looks like Leon? Like, I'm sure there's some guy out there you can stick a wig on him. Who cares?
Yeah, Chris Pratt. But
Barf.
if he's in everything, apparently. Oh, no, that would be Redfield. Um, but speaking of Resident Evil, I heard the new one's not doing so good.
Yeah, it's for the same thing too. Pretty
Not
bad.
that it's not doing so good, but that people don't really like it. I haven't seen it. I
Yeah.
didn't even know it was out.
Which one is this?
The
The
next one.
the newest Resident Evil that's made, it's like a adaptation of the second video game. What's it called? Like
Yeah,
Welcome to,
does he have a director that's pretty like he was pretty hot in the sense of like
I don't know what
doing
it
other
is. But,
stuff?
um, I don't know, but even when I saw the commercial, I was like, I thought this was like a fan made movie. It didn't really look
Mm.
that great. But what I did see that is technically a fan made movie was Iron Lung.
A lot of praise for that.
Yeah.
I know.
Uh,
I think Eric Lawrence posted something about it today.
oh, did he? I haven't seen his post yet.
You have to look at his
Um,
stories.
I, how weird. I have it alert me as soon as he posts. But
Actually, I can't remember if it was him or someone else. So I could be wrong. Sorry.
yeah, one of my friends posted about it because like I'm not seeing very many of my friends post about it, but I'm seeing a lot of like letterbox reviews on it and stuff, or like people that I don't really know posting about it. But I've given the background before, but just a quick recap in case people haven't listened to the old episodes. There's a YouTuber named Markiplier, I think. I don't know. I don't know his YouTube personality. People love him. He's great apparently. Fan of this video game. He decided to finance and star in whatever in his own video in his movie based off the video game. Sounds like a vanity project. Don't care. It was very good.
Yeah.
It was like he's a great actor. I don't know if he's done anything. I think last episode we talked about he possibly may have done voice acting, but he's a great actor. Um, it was giving me very much Event Horizon on a smaller scale.
Oh wow.
Considering it was like it's about a guy who is stuck in this welded in very small submarine on a mission in an ocean filled with blood, and he's like tasked to like take samples and take photos of stuff down there, and they find out that there's like a big monster down there. And it's very scary for that premise because it's heavily sci-fi, kind of like Event Horizon was, but like Event Horizon, it balances very well being scary and still sci-fi. Very bloody. I took my friend who's like, I like scary movies, but I'm not really big into gore, and I was like, I mean, it's a sea full of blood, so I'm guessing like it's not, and he's by himself. Like, I don't see how it could be so gory, except, he's in blood, but to me, that's not considered gore. Oops. Because that shit got gory.
Nice.
But I really enjoyed it. You might get lost if you don't really know. I don't know the video game. But like my friend who went was like, I tried really hard to understand what was going on. I was like, I think I knew because I like read about it before I watched the movie, just like what the video game is about. But it's just because when Aid says this all the time, when people write, direct, and everything their own movie, there's definitely some parts that you're like, you could have left that out. But you could tell he's probably just such a fan of the material. He wanted to include everything because it's a little over 2 hours. Probably could have been about 20 minutes shorter, but it's good. I highly recommend it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, great. Good to hear that because I was listening to our episode that aired today, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to ask Mikey if he liked the movie or not.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have told you anyways because I'd have been like, I'm going to save it for the show. But also, I reviewed it on Letterboxd today, so you would have seen mine. I think I gave it 4 stars. Yeah. So,
Well, I mean, the cool thing about it was too is it supposedly like it actually. I think I saw something on Fangoria or something like that where they said it actually at box office actually gave it uh, what's the movie that Sam Raimi just did?
Send help.
Yeah, Send Help. Actually gave it a run for its money, supposedly, for the top spot. So
Well, I don't know about that, but I do know that it already tripled its budget and it did have the number one spot, but it came out a week before Send Help, so I'm assuming Send Help is probably gonna. But considering this is just like a guy who financed his own movie and made it and was a YouTuber, to have a number one spot in the box office for a week is huge.
yeah,
And it is a very good movie, and I just think it's great. You should go watch it.
hopefully, hopefully it stays in there. You know what I mean? Because like, you can only imagine if it's pushed out by himself. Maybe somebody will get behind him, keep him in there longer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he has producers and stuff and people helping because it got released, so it has to have some sort of company
Yeah.
behind it. Um, but irregardless,
Hmm.
another film that was made with passion is Spain's 2022 20 yes, uh, Cerdita, or in Spanish, Piggy. This movie is available on YouTube. It's, I'm assuming, rated R. I didn't check, but I think it's a safe bet to say it's rated R. And we are going to be reviewing this for I'm in love with the monster slash a monster's in love with me. So a quick little recap for Cerdita. It is from Spain. Other horror movies from Spain that are of note are Veronica, Wreck, The Skin I Live In, and Platform. Platform is a series, but whatever. It's directed by Carlotta Pereda. It encompasses psychological horror, it's a revenge thriller, and social horror. And the brief premise is a plus-sized teenage girl is relentlessly bullied in her small town when her tormentors are abducted by a mysterious man. She becomes the only witness and must decide whether to intervene. That's just a little top layer of what this movie's about. So before we get into it, of course, we always do spoilers. So if you want to watch this movie, I highly recommend it. Hulu, there's a dubbed version and a subtitled version. Please, for the love of God, just read the subtitles because that dubbed version, I've watched both. And the dubbed one is rough. If you want to torture yourself and have like your brain go in two different directions and like your eyes start going, watch the dubbed one and put the subtitles on in English, and it'll be two different stories you're watching. Yes, Lance, I know you probably put the dubbed one on. So
I didn't mean to, but it's like it was.
anything bad you have to say, I'm just going to assume it was the dubbing.
Yeah, because I couldn't imagine watching this dubbed because like it's so hard to watch any because I did start I'm late to this last season of Squid Game, but I hate watching it dubbed because like their voices are so awful.
Yeah.
Like,
And sometimes it's okay. Sometimes you can get by with it. But with this one specifically, the mom sounds like some
Oh yeah.
Silicon Valley high school mother, and you're looking at it, you're like, that's my grandmother. Like the voice and the face do not match. And also, if you have a little bit of Hispanic in you, if you grew up in a Hispanic household, you can probably understand about 75% of it because it's in Spanish. Um, but with that said, because this is the third time I watched it, I've seen both versions, the subtitled and the dubbed version. This third time I was like, I'm just gonna briefly watch it. I've seen it already twice, so I'll do the dub so I don't have to read. And I was like, I can't even do that. So
yeah, no, and then like the only thing is that if you are watching it, it's it's set in Spain, so they all have their lisp.
Barcelona.
Barcelona, and let's go to Ibiza.
Yes. And speaking of Spain, because we obviously are connected to y'all Puerto Rico, me to Mexico, and there's a slight difference in the language, but for the majority it's the same. But there's some names in this movie that I'm like, what? Because obviously, so I think they chose the name Sarah for the main character on purpose because Sarah sounds like Cerda, which is a female pig. And Cerdita is like Sarita. So I think the name was intentional. But there's someone named Maca, which I kept thinking was Vaca, which is a cow. So I'm like, we're just naming all the farm animals. Where's Caballo?
I know.
I mean, there was a cow that was injured in this movie.
Spoiler, Lance. We're not
I
there yet.
know.
But no, and so the Rossi,
Roki, yeah, it was Roki though. The way they were calling her name and stuff. I'm like, ah.
yeah, and then there's Claudia, but they call her Clow. And I was like, is this Jesper the Clown's cloud? Um, Call back to our very first episode of the year. Everybody go listen to it. But yeah, so the names are interesting. This actually is based off of a short film that the director did. I forgot what year it was, but it was a couple years before this movie, which I do want to see because if I remember correctly, I think the same actress who plays Sarah in this one is also the main actress in the short. And as good as the movie is with the story and everything, this girl, try not to make a pun. She carries it on her back.
Mikey.
I don't. She is an amazing actress. It's a lot of a movie. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
So,
It's going in a direction.
Bless
and this
her
is another
heart.
reason why you need to watch the subbed version because it does her a disservice to watch dubbed because she really did act her ass off in this movie. And I'm like, this poor girl, when you would audition for a movie, because they're berating this poor girl, and like the premise said, she's getting bullied, and they really bully her. Like, my first
Yeah.
question for you guys is, do you feel that the bullying was realistic, or do you feel that this is a heightened sense of bullying for the film?
Well, having taught high school, no, I think it's very realistic. Like they are vicious. They're
Mm,
very mean. And all of their fighting happens on social media.
yeah.
They don't necessarily say it to their faces. I'm sure they do. I don't, they would never, well, no, I've had kids say really shitty things to each other in front of me. Like, whatever. You're not my fucking kid. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't get paid enough to stop that. But like, I don't know. Because I
Yeah.
also think it's a cultural thing too. They're in a very small village, and clearly anybody who's a little different is going to be targeted.
Hmm.
And when I say a little different, she's not just a little different. She's she looks like she studies a lot, so they probably think she's a nerd, right?
Yeah.
She is heavy. She's
She's a
got
butcher.
yeah.
She
She
doesn't have a very feminine job. She kills bunnies and stuff. The parents are like telling her friends or her quote unquote friends all this, and I'm like, stop talking.
I know.
There's more.
God help you
Shot
now.
the rabbits herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she's always chewing on her hair because she's very
Mm.
like, she's got a tick chewing on her hair and that's her like, her comfort obviously. And so, well, besides eating those little cake things that she kept eating,
Oh,
which I'm sure we'll get into later.
yes.
So,
Because
oh yeah, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead.
No, I think that it's very realistic because this is why, and we have issues of kids either harming themselves or going to the school and harming others because of bullying like this.
Hmm.
And so, it's just so fucking mean. I like my heart just broke for her. And I think that obviously is really effective what they did at the beginning because it wasn't like a lot. Like I mean, they do bully her really badly, but it's not like it's such a small part of the movie when you think about the whole movie, right?
Yeah.
Because they're only in the very beginning and then yeah, obviously we'll get into what happens, but like it's so effective that you just like my heart's just so broken for her.
Because you like her.
Yeah.
Even though she's big, she's cute. She's a pretty girl. Um, she's nice. Sometimes we have these kids that are being bullied in these movies, but they're kind of shits, and you're like,
Yeah.
well, whatever. But she's nice. She's sweet. She keeps to herself. She's listening to music, and the music she's listening to is like something that I would listen to, angry lesbian music that I listen to. And so, um, I connect with her, and I think also so there's two cultural differences between America and here is in America, there's a lot of people like her running around.
Yeah.
Like in Spain and this, especially like a little pueblocito as this, everybody's walking around, they're on bikes and stuff. So really a overweight person isn't as common over there. And so she's really going to stick out. And I think the harshness of the bullying and everything like that, I think all of us having a Hispanic background are like, oh, yeah, that happens. Family members do it too. Like Hispanic, well, I don't know if we've talked about this before. We're not going to get into it again. I don't know if Spain's considered Hispanic, but that background, that culture, it's like, my cousin who's very large, they've called him Gordo his whole life, and he's extremely in bad health, and hopefully doesn't listen to this, and is like about to like have some very serious health related issues, and they still call him Gordo, which means fat boy, and he's already like
Mhm.
45. So like, it's very realistic in our households.
Yeah, that's definitely a cultural thing because it's almost like whatever your insecurity is, they give you a nickname for it, right? Because like so if you're fat, you're like, gordo or whatever. But then like if you're too skinny, the flaquita over here, like you're never it's always you're too fat, you're too skinny, you're too this, you're too that, you don't eat enough, you eat too much. It's literally so
Forget it
much
if you're
like
dark skinned. Those
I
nicknames.
know. Oh my God. And my family has names for that too.
I
So
know.
and that's the thing. It's very just just
Harsh.
very like it's harsh, but it's always said with like not fun, but there is I think a little bit of
A jest type.
But it's a
endearment
mocking though, to
endearment
some
to
degree.
it behind it, a little bit of like,
Like
like
Lance, they would have called you Weddle.
Yeah. Mm.
I'm not saying I would, but
I'm just saying. But the thing
Mikey.
is, again, and we always talk about this kind of with other things. It's your cadence behind it. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you say it with kind of like a hateful kind of mentality to it. So I think that's the problem for a lot of us in the Hispanic community, because like they'll say it like you said, a kind of in jest, but it's kind of like one of those weird things where like, if it's malicious, then you're like, well, go fuck you. You know what I mean? And like even your family members will get behind you, even though they're the ones that probably started calling you that. You know what I mean? It's like the big brother or the little sister or whomever. You know what I mean? It's like,
It's
oh no,
usually your aunts or your uncles,
yeah,
though. Your aunts
I
and
can
uncles
say
torture
this.
you.
yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of commonplace, unfortunately. So it's like, all
But
I
right,
mean,
that's the thing, though. I don't feel that was the tone in this movie. Like
no.
everybody was sincerely mean to her, even her mom, who's still 100% behind her, I think.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
She fights people for her. And,
Yeah.
even whenever the big bad comes in the end, she's like, puts herself in front of her like she is a mother. But it's an older generation thing. Again, I don't know what Spain's considered, but in our case, a Hispanic thing. Like,
yeah.
it's not healthy. I will say that. Like,
No.
I would definitely not call my girls anything regarding their weight, their skin color, anything like that. Like, that is an old school thing that we don't need to bring back. Um, but we're kind of the generation where that's dying, thankfully.
Yeah. Because we're
I hope
in,
so.
I think in our well, not with Lance, but in our generation, Mikey, we're like the last ones. We're adults now.
We're the
And
martyrs.
yeah, and also too, like we're with our Hispanic side of the family. I don't know too much about Lance seeing his, but as far as you know,
No, my family would never say anything like that to me.
like my aunts and uncles, like even my aunt, like my aunts are horrible. They're awful. Like except for my oldest aunt who I love, but and I love all my aunts. It's not like I don't love them, but the younger ones, like they will come at you with some
Mhm.
comments and then they laugh about it and it's like, oh, you ugly little girl. Like it was always like that, like horrible
Oh, girls
things.
get it the worst. My sister, she heard it when she was too fat. She heard it when she was too thin. It's like, well, how do you want her?
Yeah. Same with me, because I got chubbier like in middle school and I got a lot of shit for it. And then, all my baby fat went away in high school and then I was too skinny.
Yeah.
And now I'm too skinny again. So God forbid, like they
Now they're
always
trying
have
to
to make
sneak you extra tamales and be like, what's wrong?
exactly. Did you eat? Did you eat? Always like shoving food in my face. Like, dude, this is why I got fat in the first place. Like, stop feeding me.
But that's
Yeah.
I feel
Um,
like Italian families are like that.
Yeah.
Hispanic families. I mean, even a Greek,
Mhm.
Jewish family. Like, you know what I mean? When they think that you're too thin, that means you haven't been eating. I mean, and you got to remember too is in a certain time frame when you ate at one point in history, if you were a bigger person, that meant you were someone of wealth.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? At one point in history. So
Yeah.
like,
That was at one point. But
That
here
was
in the
Greek
United
times.
States,
Yeah. Everybody's rich.
yeah,
but yeah, I mean, and we're eating processed food, right? That's why everybody's so obese. Like, this is like literally one of the only countries in the world where you could be impoverished, like super poor, but be fat and overweight. Like,
Yeah. The
because of,
biggest of our population probably is the poorest because of this. All even that they can afford to eat is just junk food.
Yeah, junk. And they're in food deserts. Like they don't get access, they don't have readily access to like, fresh fruits, vegetables, fresh meat, all of this. And in Spain, in her village, I'm sure they do. And they even make a comment at the beginning saying, why do you go there when Claudia is going to pick up the meat? Why are you going there? It's too expensive. Just go to the market, right? Because clearly, like butcher shops are not as prevalent there as they probably once were
Yeah.
when, especially not really when we were growing up, but I think when our parents were growing up, you couldn't buy meat from the store, right? You had to go to the butcher shop and get it from the butcher shop. Like you couldn't just get it from, like, now we can get everything at fucking Walmart if we want.
Yeah.
So, not that I go to Walmart, but I had to
shame.
slide that in there.
Yeah.
I know. It's just,
Just theoretically. No, but this movie does a lot of what I like, where you think something is going to be a certain way and then it ends up not being. So they call it a pool, but I think it's actually like a lake that's turned into a public. Yeah, because we have one in Austin called Barton Springs, where it looks just like that, where I think it's a natural river, but they kind of like make it into like a pool setting so you can go and it's clean water.
We have one of those in Florida.
Doesn't look clean. Where do we
in the
have
movie?
that? Yeah,
I think it looked like that because it was a natural river. So
yeah, they'll block it off and everything like that. But yeah, it's like we have a springs one that literally looks like a pool. Like it looks like almost like a quarry.
Wekiva?
No, there's another one. I have never gone to this one, but I've seen pictures of like friends. What's that?
There's a Wekiva. There's an area in Wekiva, yes, that is like the more of the pool area, but you can still see to the bottom. Like I thought that was when they were all swimming in it. I'm like, ew, that water looks filthy. Like it looks like lake water.
Yeah, it was a river, and so
like
we meet our
body.
Lance, please on track. We meet our serial killer at the pool because our little Sarah likes to go. What was it?
La piscina.
Piscina.
The whole time they're like the piscina, la piscina,
piscina. In Mexico, it's piscina, but
so that's what I'm saying because I'm like over in Spain. I keep forgetting. Like it's so funny.
I know, and so she goes swimming on her lunch break, and it's just such good character development because she's not saying anything, but you can tell she gets in her swimsuit. She has a very cute swimsuit on, but even though no one's there, you can tell she's kind of like ashamed. She puts like a cover up on and she goes swimming, and then she notices that there's a man there, and a very burly looking man. And he's this is why I chose this film, because this is Lance's theme here.
Is this the part where he pops out of the water, or is this earlier?
This is where he pops out. So we go to the pool before.
Yeah, we see him before, right? Yeah.
Because so it took me a while to realize this. There's a lifeguard on duty, and the lifeguard smacks the waitress's ass at the pool, and the killer sees that. And the lifeguard's like, you have a problem because this killer's looking at him, and because even the waitress is like, watch yourself. And the lifeguard's like, got a problem? And that's the end of the scene. That's when you very first see the killer. But then,
well, he called him a payaso, right? He called him a clown.
But then, so Sarah goes swimming by herself, and I don't think the killer had a name. I think he was just the killer.
They call him the stranger and the credits. Yeah.
So he pops out of the water. He's so cute. There's just something about
eyes.
He's a teddy bear. He has a cute belly. Like, he's also a little gordito, but it looks very good on him. I love a man that can eat tacos. But she sees him and he's like staring at her. And then she goes swimming. I think this is before she sees him, because she goes swimming no, this is after. She swims by a dead body, but she doesn't see it, of course, because her eyes are closed in the water. And the dead body is the lifeguard that smacked the waitress's ass. And I didn't catch that the first 2 times.
And that was a beautiful scene. Well, I didn't realize that was the lifeguard because I don't remember him being dressed as a lifeguard. But I'm assuming, because Lance is like, oh, it was the guy from the beginning. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Because I'm like, why did he kill the lifeguard? But
because they tell you it's the lifeguard, but in the first thing you don't realize the guy talking is the lifeguard. I had to pay attention to their shirts. He was wearing a thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But that's a beautiful scene.
Hmm.
And also too, she doesn't notice, right? Because the girls are fucking trying to drown her with the damn the thing you get the
The
bugs.
pool net.
What is that called? Pool net?
Hmm.
I can't think today.
Yeah, the
They're
pool net.
fucking like trying to drown her. And this is a
Yeah.
deep ass pool, by the way.
Oh yeah. She when she swims, that shot actually reminded me of like the OG Creature from the Black Lagoon, where they had those underwater shots. Because it is a very nice shot, and she has her eyes closed. She's just trying to swim away, but in the foreground you see the body in the chair and it's headless. And the girls are being very mean to her. They're calling her Piggy. They're doing all this stuff. She has her ex best friend is Claudia. Claudia has is not a real woman. She doesn't have any morals, any values. She doesn't stick up for anything. She's just there like she's the cow on the side. Just to me, she's worse than the serial killer. I hated her because these girls, Maka and Rossi, they're picking on Sarah, but Sarah's probably used to that since elementary school. But your friend, ex best friend, is lightly like, okay, guys, that's enough. We're just joking, right, guys? Well, it's like, do something, bitch. Like, that's worse than the girls that are picking on me because I know that you know better. And I know that you are my friend.
And it's sad because like, there's so many little subtleties in this movie, but one of the ones that I loved was remember at the beginning, I don't know if we see Sarah wearing it, but we see Claudia trying to take it off her friendship bracelet when she's on the bike because she doesn't want the other girls to know that obviously these two girls grew up together, they're neighbors, right?
Yeah.
The mother still buys from the butcher shop. They were close, and she clearly dropped Sarah for these new friends.
Hmm. Yeah.
And she's trying to take it off, and she couldn't get it off. And later on when we see Sarah cutting it off
Yeah.
in the shop, and I'm just and letting it drop to the floor, it's like she's like
Yeah.
cutting her out, right?
It's very good storytelling without having to spend 30 minutes telling us that or showing us that they were friends before. And
Exactly.
it's a very European way of storytelling that I appreciate because we don't need this. This movie was a great length. I think it's 100 minutes. That's fine.
Yeah. You're
Um,
in, you're out. You have to read subtitles, big whoop.
yeah,
There's not
it's not
there's
like
not a lot of
Thirst.
talking though.
Yeah, there's a lot of
On my
screaming.
end.
Well, what do you care? You were listening. You didn't even have to read it.
Well, that's why I was able to pay attention in this situation.
Yeah, you just had to cringe and be like, "Ooh, why is it called a fest? We'll be at the festivities." It's like just
Yeah,
because you
dude,
say fiesta doesn't mean it's festivities. It's a party.
some of the
Um,
wordage was pretty bad. And if you're watching the sub part, it's like sometimes like it's just so abrupt in the way they talk in the English. You're like, what,
yeah,
why?
Well, also I think it takes away, especially when they're talking, like the mom's talking to her, and another subtle thing that I loved was the mom was like telling her she had to be on a diet, right? And she yells, "Well, you're fat too." And the
yeah,
mom's like, "Nobody's calling me Piggy."
yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I mean, I think at that moment you think about it, it's either own your shit because guess what? Somebody call me Piggy, I want to make sure I fucking check that person. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of what her mom's lesson was trying to be there was don't sit there and take that. Like, and then
Hold
when
yourself
later,
accountable.
yeah, and when later on when she says you didn't do nothing for me, and I'm afraid, and I go there and I always have to be like this, and which is another horrible situation because I hate people who bully people. So like this whole movie kind of like pissed me off a little bit in a good way because I hate when people are attacked like that.
Yeah,
But like the fact that her mom kind of was like, "Oh no, you didn't tell me this. If I would have known, I would have checked these people and those girls straight up for you." Now, I'm sure that's why she didn't say that because no teenager wants their parent
yeah.
to make it worse for them in a sense.
Well, I
So,
think that was the big like reality check for Sarah is so we'll get to that in a second. Let's rewind for a minute. And basically the whole movie comes to a point where the theme of the movie is silence equals violence. And on her way home, they stole her bathing suit, no, her clothes. She's in her bathing suit. Claudia steals her towel and they run. And so she has to walk home in her bathing suit and her jellies. I felt so bad
I,
when I saw her jellies because jellies are for little girls, and I was like, the shoes.
I know
Um,
them. But they
And
took her
so,
phone too, which I think
yeah,
is important to note because she could have called somebody and come get her, right? But she couldn't even
yeah,
do that. Just ugh.
No, they suck.
yeah. So she's walking home and she sees the serial killer's van, which she doesn't know is the serial killer's van, but she sees him come out of the van and he's looking at her and she's trying to cover up because she's, self-conscious of her body. She doesn't have her towel on. And he gives her Claudia's towel. And she looks in the back and Claudia is kidnapped back there. And she's like
Yeah.
banging, asking for help.
Don't forget that moment where those three guys, even when she's already suffering on the street walking with the sun beating on her, and those three guys out of nowhere in the car, instead of helping her,
Yeah.
they add on to the situation. This is before what the situation you're talking about. So like she's
Already been run down. Like they're basically assaulted her in the street and they cut her because she's got this big
Mhm.
cut in her back.
oh
And
yeah,
they try to pop her top off.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And she has to put it back. It's just so God, that part really like hurt me. I was so fucking mad. So
Yeah.
I think that's a good build up because when we see Claudia in the back of the van, I was even like, bitch, bye. Like
Yeah.
I
I
almost got fucking raped and you're over here like because of you.
yeah. Yeah.
And if you
And
hadn't
this
stolen my fucking phone, I could have called the police, you bitch. All right, sorry.
no,
I'll be
you're
quiet now.
hey, that's the emotion we're supposed to be taking out from this scene. Because this is oh my God, I'm signing my phone. This is the scene that like makes the movie. She sees them in the back of the van and she thinks to herself, well, do I need to save these bitches or do I just pretend I didn't see anything? And before we proceed, Lance, what would you have done?
Honestly, fuck those chicks. Like I, I know morally I shouldn't do it. You know what I mean? And at that time, I guess technically you don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, nothing good. I, I don't think she probably wants them dead, but I don't know if she gives a fuck what ends up happening to them. You know what I mean? Like it's
Mhm.
just to me, you see that moment and you're like, this is where I was a minute ago. Now, I don't know if she thinks anything really, like I said it before, like is really going to bad happen to them. But here I was a minute ago with that girl putting that on my head. I felt like I was going to drown, regardless if she wasn't or was. You know what I mean? And she felt uncomfortable. She didn't like it. It was horrible. And here she is in the position where it's like, I could say something, but guess what? I'm going to do exactly what you just did. How's it feel? You know? And it
I'm not going to say nothing like you didn't say anything when I needed help.
yeah.
Aid, would you have done the same thing?
What, let them go?
Hmm.
Yeah. And I don't, and see, this is where I've become conflicted. Like me, myself, yeah, I probably would have just let it go because first of all, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
I probably would have said something later, but because I don't know, I think part of her is scared.
Yeah.
Maybe she's afraid that he's going to come get her. And she even says later, and I believe her when she told her mother, like when she even tells it to who's the little cute boy on the dirt bike? I forget his name. She's telling him, she's like, what do
Stringer.
I, yeah, what do I say to them? What do I say to them? They were trying to drown me. You want
Yeah.
me to tell people that? Like she's still, it's almost like she doesn't want to snitch even at this point because she's like, what the fuck do I do? Like, do I say, and she fucking pisses herself. Like
She's okay.
she's scared. Hmm?
Oh,
We
you
love her.
froze, but you're back.
Oh no, I was just saying she pissed herself, right? So she's
Oh, yeah.
clearly fucking scared out of her goddamn mind. Like, I don't know. Like you
Yeah.
can't I don't know what I would have done at that moment. I probably would have done the same thing because I like you can't what you're just gonna go fight him?
Yeah. Because there's also that self-preservation instinct of like, if I try to do something, he's going to kill me. Like, at
Yeah.
least if I let you go, I could have a chance of saying something, which she doesn't.
No. Well, she doesn't say anything later. But the thing is too, she was just assaulted, right? By these three guys. But and they oh my God, that was such a horrific part. Like she's already been through hell. She's got no clothes on. She's a big girl. It's just infuriating for her. And then also too, like, what the like at this point, this is probably the worst part of all of this, but it's not happening to her. Like for once, none of this is happening to her. It's
Yeah.
happening to them. And it's like, fuck it. So if it was me and I was in that position, yes, they would. Bye, Claudia. I would have waved
Yeah.
goodbye.
I took my
But like,
bracelet off.
yeah, go ahead, throw my phone out the window.
Yeah.
She did though, didn't she? Like, because I don't know if that was a wave to her or was it a wave to him.
No, I
Like,
think she was telling him to go ahead and go.
yeah. Okay, yeah. That's what I was pretty sure that was, but at the same time, I thought it would be sadistic because there she is, seeing her, and all you see is that bye, bitch.
Well, my thing is, she's the product of what they made her.
Mhm.
She chose not to say anything because of what they've done. They wanted to break her and, tear her down to nothing. They did. And you kind of learn that she doesn't have a lot of social experience. She doesn't have a lot of socialization skills. She probably is not the best decision maker because you even find out it's a very subtle. She says it before. She's like, I'm not good at making decisions, like whatever. And then at the very end, when she has to like try to help two girls at the same time, she's like freaking out, going back and forth instead of just focusing on one. Like she's frantic. She's not used to having to do these things. Not that you should be used to having to untie people, but just being in situations where you have to kind of like, weigh the weights of situations.
Her
What kind of
ADD
situation?
kicked in.
Yeah. This is just an ad for Adderall. But but I
Bless
do
you.
Do you feel like some of her? Do you feel like some of her like? This movie makes you go from certain opinions, and like at the first part, I'm like just annoyed and pissed off with these bullies. You know what I mean? And everybody, and I want to like run down there and just beat the shit out of all of them for her. You know what I mean? That kind of feeling,
Yeah.
which is great. I mean, I'm sure that's what the director wanted it to be. You know what I mean? That feeling. That way, when it came to that situation where she had to make the decision to give a shit or not to give a shit, everybody I don't care who you are, if you weren't watching that movie to that point, everybody said yes to like what we're saying. You know what I mean? There's no way you didn't. But then it becomes this situation where now the girl starts to kind of annoy me for some of her decisions afterwards. Like the tropes of some of the decisions she makes.
She is just, and being Hispanic, I know girls like this. You live at your parents' house until you find a man. You're not allowed to drive. You don't get a driver's license. You barely get an education. They don't want you to do nothing. And it's a very old school way of thinking. My mom was raised that way. Luckily, she still got an education on her own. But my mom was raised very much like, if you're married, you can leave the house even after you're 18. If not, my mom, after her first divorce, moved back into my grandparents' house. Like, that's just the kind of way that she's brought up. She, like I said earlier, she doesn't have the socialization skills. She doesn't have the basic fundamentals to kind of like make basic decisions. She just works at the butcher shop, goes to school, gets bullied, comes home, gets bullied at home. And what I was saying earlier, because the cops keep trying to interview her about like, we feel like you know something, and she's like, no. She blows up on her mom and she's like, I forget what she says exactly, but she was like, you never do anything for me. Everyone calls me Piggy and you don't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And I'm on the same page as her. I'm like, yeah, you don't stick up for your daughter. But the mom's like, oh, you want me to do something about it? She puts her on a rabbit diet. Greens and salad. Lechuga y verde. And this is also something very Hispanic because they would do that and you'd be like, no, you also need like protein and stuff, but they don't know. And that's another thing that goes into like the whole obesity epidemic, not to get too far into it, but it's like what you think is a healthy food, what most people think is a healthy food when they don't have access to education. It's like, oh, I'm just going to eat salad for everything. Well, that's setting yourself up for disaster. So that's just another side point to make.
Especially when you live in a butcher shop. I mean, how do you like that's really fucked up. It's like literally putting like the carrot in front of the rabbit.
But
And
it's not even what her parents feed her though, because we learn that throughout the movie. She eats to cope, right? She
Yeah.
has these little, which I thought was so sweet. I'm like, oh,
He
what a
got
nice
her the little
guy.
bonbons.
Yeah.
She goes to the store and we have a Asian woman working at the store. So it's like, okay, representation.
She's
And
probably like Filipino because they live nearby. So
oh, yeah,
it makes
Kane's
sense.
neighbor. But like they doesn't show you what she has because her dad asks her to pick up a light. So she goes to the hardware store and the lady's like, are you sure you want to take that? And I'm like, what is she talking about? And she's like, never mind, I'll leave it here. And she leaves, and there's like three bonbons there. And I was like, if this bitch would have told me, or if I found out someone told my kid that, I would go over there and have some choice words. Um, Serial killer guy saw it and was like, I'm gonna get that girl her bonbons. Which, fun fact, trivia break. So Sarah is supposed to be in high school, I think. And this dark, mysterious man comes into her life. Older, mysterious man. But in true Hollywood fashion, Sarah is actually older in real life. Lance, because Aid probably knows, and I know you don't read the notes. Guess how much older Sarah is than the stranger in real life?
Oh, in real life. Let's say 10.
Oh, good job. Sarah is 36 years old, the actress, and the actor who plays the stranger is 26 years old. So, but you know, you have a lot of experience with this, so it's fine.
Yeah, because I work at a bar, I gotta pay attention to people's age.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, no, because he only dates 20-year-olds, everybody. So there's that.
21. Hey, they have to get into the bar.
Oh my god,
That's true.
you two are the worst. I swear to God.
Oh, but you love us. You're our little stranger.
Oh, no, that's what it should be
Would
for
have gotten all
Halloween.
those bonbons, and I would have beat the shit out of all those people for you. So
And you
that's
know what? It's
Not
a
fair to
stupid
them.
fantasy of mine. Not that I get bullied, because I'm pretty much, what did Jasmine Crockett say about Marjorie Taylor Greene, butch body build or whatever? That's kind of me now, so no one really picks on me anymore. But back in the day, my fantasy was like, oh, if there was like a hot murderer that would like take care of my bullies, I wouldn't say anything. Um, and that's kind of what she does. But of course, being grounded in reality, she is kind of scared of him. She is young in the movie. She's younger than him. He is a little creepy. He has these like weird faces and stuff, but there is something endearing about him. And I don't know if he's like has a little bit of moral clarity with his killing, only because he killed the lifeguard in the beginning for being disrespectful to the woman. He's killing these girls presumably because he saw them assault and beat up and whatever Sarah. Like, is he killing people because they're bad, or is he just a killer that just kills indiscriminately?
So the only thing I would say to that is he does kill the waitress. So why would he do that?
Oh, did he kill her too?
Yeah, that's who they found the body. They found out in thing, because remember he had the three girls separate in that warehouse. So when they found that other body when they were in the woods and she was trying to look for her phone.
That was the other girl.
Yeah,
That was Baka.
no.
Maka's in the thing at the end.
In the warehouse with the
She sees
foot.
her body with all
Oh.
the pieces. But the waitress, the reason is because when they find the waitress's body, Claudia's phone is nearby.
Oh yeah.
So that's why her mom starts freaking out, right?
Yeah.
So obviously all of this is linked somehow, which is why I'm like, fuck. Like I thought maybe he could be, you know, maybe he could be reformed, but he killed the
This
waitress.
is
I
his
thought he was gonna
romantic
help the
gesture.
waitress. Like he was supposed to help her, like kill the shit guy in the river.
I know.
But and then after all that, they were going after the boyfriend because they think the boyfriend killed them both. The waitress's
Classic Black
boyfriend.
Christmas.
Yeah, well, and that's why the poor dirt bike boy is what the hell's his name? Jose? What is his name?
I thought it was Pedro.
Pedro?
Okay, both of y'all just typecasting names.
I'm
Oh
pretty
no,
sure-
his real name is Jose though. So
The character's Pedro. Just kidding.
No, the character's Pedro, his real name's Jose.
That's funny.
But I knew I saw Jose somewhere. So bless his heart. Poor thing. And then Jose's got it bad because he like is endeared to her too. He's like he has empathy for her, even though he doesn't stand up for her. He feels pity, but also because he's being bullied because his father beats him.
Yeah.
But I think that's
And-
why he gets it though.
Yeah.
Because like when she said, remember he said, I know you were at the pool because they videoed. She sent me the video.
Mhm.
And he calls her out on it, and she's like, that's when she, like you said earlier, Mikey, where he goes, where she's saying, well, what did you want me to do? Say that they were trying to drown me and do all this other stuff. And I think he understood that,
Yeah.
So
Aid mentioned that, not me. Get it right.
sorry.
Hmm,
Rewind the tapes.
I know.
No,
It's because a
But
woman
he-
said it.
I know. He doesn't hear women. But he does turn on her for a moment, but she does have like a soft spot for him from the beginning, because I think he is dating Claudia, I think, and so she's always like staring at him, and but he's never been mean to her, and he wasn't there when the girls were being mean to her. Like he's just kind of like a bystander. Which, again, this movie has a reoccurring theme is,
Women hating
is,
women.
no, is being silent when you see something just as bad as the one perpetrating the violence.
Yeah.
And we, of course, your first instinct is absolutely not. But the big event is Sarah not saying anything when she sees something happening. And in that case, it's like very black and white. But what I really enjoy about the movie is it seemed like the biggest villain in the movie is actually the whole fucking town. Because everyone gives this poor girl shit. Even when they're trying to interrogate her and she blows up on her mom, she's like, everyone calls me Piggy. Everyone makes fun of you, blah, blah, blah. And one of the neighbors is like, she is very pig. It's like, this bitch.
And then he kills her, right?
Yes.
Because the killer is amongst them and he hears it and he goes and he kills her. And I'm like,
Again, he's not the villain.
no.
He's our little Spanish Batman.
I know.
The Cape Crusader.
Only you two go like this. So cute with the way he stabs that lady.
But he thinks about her, and then he brought her the little cakes later, remember, and left him by the window. I'm like, oh,
Lance, take notes.
Yeah,
I know.
Dang.
This is how I have to treat my ladies on the show. Make sure they have bonbons on the window seals for them both.
You better
Kill people that give us a hard time. I'm just
exactly.
I mean,
And this is my thing too, because I'm watching this movie and I send that gift of Earthen video from Leslie Jordan, bless his heart, where he's like, he's like, oh, he's kind of cute. He's a murderer, but he's kind of cute.
Yeah. No, and I remember when I first watched this movie, I was like, damn, he's cute. Which is weird because I don't know maybe it's because he's doing this for her, but like, if you were just to see this guy in the movie, you wouldn't really think anything of it. But there's something about him that you're like,
well, he like carries her too. Remember, he like carries her through. Like, there's all these images of like
a
knight in shining armor, but not really. Like, obviously, he's taking her to like the butcher shop where he's hanging these girls, but he carries her.
The best Valentine's Day movie, hands down. But we come to the final showdown, which I almost hated, but I actually ended up loving a ton because here's another thing. Those three boys that assaulted her literally see her getting kidnapped by someone they don't know. They know she goes to the same school as them. They see an older guy. He's like, oh, you're going to have pork tonight. Literally, he's dragging her and throwing her in the van. And they don't do anything. This is why she made the right choice in the beginning. Like,
yeah, you're right. Because the whole town is against this poor girl. And it's infuriating simply because she's bigger.
Big. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I was like, you know what? Fuck morality. You did the right thing, Sarah.
Well, he backed into them and one of them broke their legs, which was nice.
God.
I know. I was hoping I really hope he smushed one. Like, that would have been such a good effect. Just smush one of them.
I mean, they definitely had to jump over a cliff. I mean, like, especially if you're in Europe like that and if you are in Spain, that's a drop.
Yeah. Well, he broke it, or leg or something.
Yeah, he broke something because he was bitching about it.
Lucky that's all that happened to him.
Fuck
him. Well, he takes her to his little meat hook Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Spanish Texas Chainsaw Massacre house. Yeah, and so that's where the two remaining girls are. We have Claudia, the ex-best friend, and we have Rocio. I don't remember if she was the slutty one or the mean one. Whatever.
She was the
slut because one of the mothers called her slut.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't remember which one was which. But interesting turn of events that I liked. Claudia's a bitch. And is like, Sarah, you better get over here. You better help me. You idiot, blah, blah, blah. And Rocio is a little more subdued, a little quieter. And like when they hear the killer coming, Claudia's like, hurry up, you fucking idiot. And Rocio is like, Sarah, run. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay, twist of fate. Like, I hope Claudia dies and Rocio lives. And Rocio's like, run, Sarah, run. And so when it comes down to it, she's actually like, you need to save yourself and get out of here. And Claudia's still being a bitch. No. And so, the killer comes. He's like, let's run away together, kill these girls with me. She has a knife. She tries to turn it on him, but he subdues her. And I wish she was a little more savvy with a knife because it would like relate a little bit to like the whole being a butcher thing. But she's still a teenager, I guess. And
Yeah, I
there's a
guess
little
you really
battle.
could do a sexy moment for that moment.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? But then she's like, I don't want to die. And he's like, you're not
Yeah.
going to die. And I'm like, ah.
I know. And then she kills him. But I know I'm
She's
not
not happy about it, though. She is crying.
the only person that's ever loved her and been nice to her. Not loved her, but only person ever been nice to her who has treated her kindly. She has to kill, which is another whole thing to fuck her up in the future. Like, so she has to kill him. Not before she accidentally shoots the hand off of Claudia, and her bracelet falls off. Bitch, take that off. You don't deserve
Yeah.
that.
I loved that was such a beautiful shot when the beads are falling and then you see the
Yeah.
blood. And I was like, ooh, it broke her bracelet. I'm like, ooh, broke something
Yeah.
else.
I mean, you technically both thought both of them got shot. I mean, the way that went down at the end.
Which this is what I was gonna say. I was about to hate this ending because the way it is filmed is it makes it look like the girls are like begging her for help, and she shoots both of them. She shoots Rocio, you hear the body fall on the floor. She shoots Claudia, you hear the body fall on the floor, and she leaves. And I was like, I hate that because this poor girl's already been through it. Let's not pretend that she's not gonna be strong enough to walk away sane. I don't want her tortured and then insane. Like, I loved her. She was a very endearing character, no matter how gray her morality compass was. But they did that to her. It's not her fault. So, what I end
Also,
up loving.
too,
Oh, go ahead.
but also, too, if she was going to do that, then why didn't she just kill them earlier and run away with, Mr. Happy Pants? Like,
Mm-hmm.
at least she'd have someone to hang out with.
Get that killer dick.
Mm.
But no. We have one more twist in the chamber for us. She actually shot the girls off the rope and left them there. They're alive. They'll be able to get out on their own, but she's like, fuck you heifers, pun intended. She walks out into the sunset and sees Stringer Jose Pablo Concepcion
Pedro.
Gonzalez III and gets on the bike with him and rides off into the sunset. And he's like, it's over now. And I was like,
Yeah.
you better give her that dick because she deserves it, boy.
I know she better get something. I mean, and he had got his ass beat too because his
Yeah.
father beat the shit out of him. The poor thing had a black eye.
I know.
But here's my favorite part about this. If you think about it, I thought that was weird because they turn around. Like, you figured she'd be like, oh, they're safe or whatever, but she's more interested in getting home. And then she kind of is the one that ends up putting her head on his shoulder as they ride back into town. Kind of like how the other girl did it, initially. So they have like a symbiotic moment, like where it's just a different person. But the fact that she didn't kill the best friend and she's handless in that town, I guarantee you they're calling her club hand. Calling her some really horrible shit because now she's gonna have to deal with that.
Call
I
her
mean, you
Nemo.
damn, I wasn't even
Call her
joking.
my strong hand. No, I think that was definitely intentional because it's like, you're not going to die, but you're going to live to remember this day forever. Because
Yeah.
you don't got no hand, bitch.
Yeah, and what is she gonna say? Like, the other girl's gonna fucking probably protect her and by say, no, she came there and she found us and saved us. But then she did totally leave her there. And if that girl doesn't die of bleeding out from the hand wound,
Oh, she's
which
not
I'd be
gonna
really
die.
shocked.
She honestly, man, stop blaming her. Stop putting every responsibility in this world on this poor girl. That's where she is now.
And
Yeah.
this is my thing is like these girls were resourceful enough. They were resourceful enough to go and take pictures and call Sarah and her parents the three little piggies and posted it. And it was getting so much traction on social media. Like, it was ridiculous. They had the wherewithal to do all of these horrible, rotten, nasty things, but these bitches couldn't figure out how to get the fuck out. Like, there's two of you. Figure it the fuck out. There was three of them before Maka. I'm glad Maka died though. That bitch.
It was,
Wow.
yeah.
She got chopped up. And Roki's probably the way she is because everybody calls her a slut, right? So she's been slut shamed. So I think
Yeah,
she
being
probably gets
slutty isn't a crime.
exactly. I think
She
she
probably
gets
gets
picked
it.
on. What?
She probably gets it, just like she. I mean, everybody calls her the
She
slut.
gets it, does she?
I was like, I don't know what you're trying to say.
Oh my goodness. This is not
No,
that
but
kind of show.
But maybe that's why she had the empathy for her at the end, right there, where, you know what I mean, like, to some degree, where she's sitting there when she's tied up, because She's like, get out of here.
Well,
Like, we don't owe you anything. I would do the same thing if I was you, and all these people kept calling me slut.
she's smarter though too, because she even says at some point, she tells her, run and go get us help. Like, just run.
Yeah.
Like, you're better off leaving. Like, why stay? And she's right. And this is the beginning. If we circle back to the beginning, with Sarah not doing anything at the very beginning when she sees them in the van, because what the fuck can she do? Like, had she said something, right? Sure. But then one of the funniest parts about this movie is the whole time you hear on the news about this fucking bull that escaped the running over the fence.
Yeah.
And like you keep
They
hearing
found
about
it.
this bull. Poor Sarah sees it and she's like shitting her pants in the woods. Like, she's trying to find her fucking phone. The goddamn bull is just walking around.
And
Well,
then
they killed it.
And then they run into the bull. I cannot.
I forgot what part it was, but there was a part that I was like, you know what, this movie's actually kind of funny because like I forgot what part made me think that, but it was right after a part where she tries to, because she wants to do like the Find My Phone app or whatever, and she needs her little brother's help. He's like, I'm not helping you. She goes, help me or I'm going to tell our mom and dad that you watch porn. She goes,
Yeah.
you do too? I do not. I saw the search history. She's all quiet.
We know that she is because we see her later.
Oh yeah, we see her blasting her. But something else happened. And I wish I could remember because even in my head I was like, I want to bring that up again.
Well, no, because when she's looking, first there's two moments when she tries to get her father's phone and she drops to the floor, and her mom catches her.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He's like, I'm trying to scare him, and she's like, "The fuck are you doing?
What is wrong with you, face?" And then the second time it was when she gets home after all this, and she's in the kitchen hiding,
Yes.
and the mom comes in.
Doesn't even question it. Doesn't even question the fact that she's like just sitting there in her bra and panties, just like hanging out in the weird crevice.
It's like a hot dog. Like,
It's just so funny because honestly, like, I imagine my kids are gonna be weird and do shit like that sometimes, and you just gotta shrug it off, like. and
It could be worse. I'm sure that's what she's thinking.
Yeah, it could be. She could be watching people getting murdered in the woods, but
or smoking
True.
weed with the
oh my
boy.
god, she smokes weed and she can't handle it. I'm like, girl, stop smoking it.
oh my God, I know. I was so embarrassed. I go, honey, he's finally liking you, and you're laughing like a goddamn idiot. As they were calling her later.
Yeah. Well, now I know who it would be in the movie. But
No, I would probably be Roki, to be honest with you. But that's
You heard it here, folks.
let's not split hairs. We know who I am.
But you know what? This movie was super easy to talk about because I think it's just a great movie with a lot of stuff to unpack. I honestly give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Like, I just adore this movie. It invoked a ton of emotions from me that I appreciated in a movie.
Lance, please tell Mikey what you think, because I know you think the opposite.
He goes.
No, it's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. It really is a good movie. I'll probably go more on the 3 stars, kind of like how I gave for the other one. But
Do not compare this movie to Thirst first and
oh my
foremost.
gosh. Well, for me, and I'm talking about as in gore wise, it hits a lot of the same marks in me, in that movie. I think it fits along with what we're doing in the theme. It's one of those things where, I know it's supposed to be the serial killer that he's like supposedly like she's in love with a little bit, or he's more in love with her. The monster's in love with her. But yeah, no, I mean, gore could be way more. You know how I am about all the things, but it had a real thing. It pissed me off and then made me upset. I mean, it did all the gamut of things to me.
Oh, he said it right. Good for you.
It was Gambit, but yes, very, very. You used it correctly.
Run the gamut. It's gamut, not gambit.
So anyway,
I thought we were talking about X-Men.
Oh my God.
I'm always talking about X-Men.
Yeah, because gambit is mine.
But like, legitimately, like it. Yeah, you got to be in the mood for something like this. It'll trigger some people if you've ever had bullies in your life, for sure. The town was almost crueler than the girls, and maybe because of the town, that's why those girls were like that. You know what I mean? Who knows? Maybe they're the real, the cause and effect of those kind of things. So it definitely makes you think. It's a good movie. I don't know if I would watch it again. Kind of like I wouldn't watch the other movie again. But I think that you should definitely watch it. Like, there's no way you shouldn't watch it. So I definitely give it 3 stars.
Again, it's because you saw the dubbed version.
Yeah.
That could be true.
Yeah, don't watch it. Don't watch it dubbed. I was telling Leslie about this movie the other day because he sent me something that he was watching on Shudder. Oh, it was the Sam Raimi movie that's on Shudder right now. The one from the grocery store I was talking to you guys about a while back. And I was like, oh no, you
Intruder?
need to watch Piggy because Intruder. And I was like, oh, I've seen it. I mean, because I thought it was really good, and I was watching it on. I think I was watching it on Shudder. I don't know. I was watching it on something, but I was like, oh, go watch Piggy with our Patreon members. So thank you guys for like being vocal with us because don't forget anything you tell me, I'm gonna tell the guys and possibly say it on here. So if you have secrets
warning.
or
Jesus.
I'm warning you now.
I'm warned.
I mean, it's nothing bad, so it's fine. Anyways, but no, I would give this, honestly, I loved it. I loved the whole movie. It did trigger me a little bit, but not so much. It's not like a trigger to where I can't watch it again because there are some movies that bother me so badly I won't watch it again, like Martyrs, for example. But it was good. I'll watch it again for probably 4.5 out of 5. And the reason it doesn't get a 5 out of 5 is only because I'm with this on
Okay.
Lance. There could have been a little more gore.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think who did he. Well, yeah, he did. I'm trying to think who he's killed on camera, and it wasn't
They
really. It was
usually
just the
cut
old lady.
away.
Yeah.
The vieja, but they even cut away when he stabs her.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, we could have had more gore. She's a butcher, and we had some cuts of those. So
yeah, because that was disgusting enough. Like watching watch people cutting meat like that is so nasty. And like in the smell, and then the little boy that remember his little prank at the beginning. See, that was the really funny part. He like put the pig's blood on him and he was laying dead in the thing, and she was like, Mom's gonna kill you. Like she didn't even it didn't faze her one bit.
yes.
That would be
Well,
something Steven would do.
Did this movie leave you with a good for her feeling that we love to feel?
Yeah, I think it did. At the end, I love that she walked away from them. And I love that we didn't know what she did because I was kind of like, fuck, if she killed them, then why didn't she kill them earlier and run away with, Poppy over here? But no. She got away from everybody. She got away from everybody. She had to kill the one thing that survived her so that she wouldn't become a killer, like a real killer, right?
Yeah, and that's what I didn't want to happen, which is why I'm glad it went the other way. But what about you?
I thought she shot Roki though, because Roki did call her Piggy at the end. Remember?
She did, but I got a different vibe from that. I feel like it wasn't good, and I don't know. Maybe it's just me interpreting it my own way. I'm like, it wasn't good, but it's like when your family calls you gorda. Like that's just what they've been calling you. They didn't mean she didn't mean anything by it at that moment. That's just what she calls her.
Yeah.
And I even think the character even afterwards was like, oops. And so not that it's right, but I did feel maybe I just interpret it differently, or maybe the acting is just so good that that's what they meant to.
Well, she could own it. Maybe she's owning the name. You know what I mean? Instead of it owning her because people are saying it, she finds the strength and not giving a shit about when somebody says it. You know what I mean? And
Like
then
me with just kidding.
good Lord.
Mikey, I'm gonna forget to bleep that. God damn it.
As her learning a lesson or something like that, I think unfortunately, I don't. You know what I mean? Because the problem about it is that it took this horrific situation of to happen for people to get it. You know what I mean? And that's kind of sad. That's the sad part about it.
It's not about learning a lesson. It's literally about like good for her. Like
Good for her, yeah.
and she walked away. She's the one that came up on top in this unfortunate situation, even if it was at the people.
I guess to me it was she lost the one person who actually believed in her, like you were saying. But then she also came to the realization that her friend was a piece of shit and she wasn't it. You know what I mean? She comes away with this with more loss than. I'm just saying.
I can't believe Lamb. We're gonna start with the fat joke and end on a fat joke.
Oh my God.
I'm done.
You know what? Go ahead. Go ahead, Abe.
Stick a fork in it.
It's this was a good movie. I recommend it. I remember when it came out, everybody was talking about it, and I don't know why I didn't watch it. Probably because it probably wasn't streaming, or I put things on my list and walk away. But I'm really glad that we watched it, and I think this was really good for Lance's theme this month because it does kind of twist it, but also too, I kind of feel like she does have feelings for him, like she's scared of him. But it's always like, oh, that thing you're scared of, like.
Yeah, I think it was a new feeling for her, and she was like, it was almost like her first crush.
Mm-hmm. And and the whole scene where she does blast herself, right? I don't know what to say. I hate saying
There.
masturbate. Like I hate that word.
Flicking the bean.
Oh,
Like
that's
I don't like to say that either. It's gross. Like
I say
girls don't
finger
like
blast.
masturbate like that. Like
Blasting.
girls don't do that. Like I don't know. I mean, we do it, but it's not like that.
It was swishing the chum bucket.
It,
But
it's not like that though. That's why it's not. It's gross. I don't like saying that. But when she's doing that, it almost reminded me of that movie Stoker. And if you've never seen Stoker, we should do it sometime on the show because Matthew Good is so hot in that movie.
Mhm.
But it also has Nicole Kidman and Mia Wasikowska, and it's a fucked up movie. It's considered horror. I know Lance would be like, it's not horror, but it's a horror
This whole
movie.
this is gonna be like non-horror,
But it's the
basically.
same thing. But she like gets off on the fact that somebody's being murdered, right? And so I don't know. I don't think Sarah's getting off on that, but I think she gets off on the fact that somebody is like paying
protected.
attention to her and protecting her
Yeah.
and bringing her little bonbons in the window. Oh my god!
Well, you know what, everybody out there, we're going to be in Scaradise at the end of this month, and you know how to woo me in AIDS, so let's go ahead and see what you got to bring to the table this February. But with that, that's it for this week's Slashers podcast. Please exit the podcast in a calm and spooky fashion. If you want to see our faces and see how Aid treats us, watch the video cast at youtube.com/slashers podcast. If you need more horror nerd chaos in your life, slice deeper with the Comic Chop, our monthly deep dive with Joe from Much Ado About Nerding. Join the cult at patreon.com/slasherspod for exclusive episodes, bonus content, and curse perks. Rock your support at slasherspod.redbubble.com because nothing gets you laid faster than slasher swagger. Or you can haunt us on Instagram. It's at SlashersPod for the official Instagram page, at Mutant Goons for Beyond for the gang. You can scream at us directly at Aid at Pathologically ADE, me at Southern Fried Mikey, or Lance at Zombie VS Hate. A huge thanks to our bloodbound Patreons Josh Gunn, Dinosaurs Will Always Be Awesome, Lorraine Ellis, Kevin Leamy, Vladimir Luis, Leslie Thurman, Cam, Gail, Presseject, and Bruce Magnus. Thanks for listening, and remember to stay spooky. Goodbye, and don't die.
Goodbye. So our episode for Thirst came out today, and Bruce Magnus, our brand new Patreon member, messaged me, and he was like, "Oh, I was like, I've seen that movie a million years ago. I could never remember the name. It was driving me nuts." And he's like, "It's so freaking weird. Nobody knew what it was." And he's like, "Even my wife thought I was crazy because." I go, unfortunately, once you've seen it, you can't unseen it.
I know. I'd like
I
to.
said, but now you can tell the world that no, you're not crazy. This movie does exist, unfortunately. And here we are. So thank you, Lance, for
Welcome, Magnus.
Well, at least watching that movie did something good for someone.
Hey, I proved somebody else wasn't crazy. So there it is. Right there.
He seemed to have thought it was a good one. I told him, I was like, I thought it was fucking too long, but it is what it is.
These men and their poor taste. Look at this episode.
Both movies are pretty good. I like him because both of them made us think. You know what I mean? Like, I know sometimes we don't do that all the time, but I actually like this.
I thought nothing. The first
Yeah,
time.
I'm sure you did. Nothing's still a thought, bud.
I still don't have my pick, everybody. So I might be putting up a poll this week, like, okay, pick for me because I don't even know what the hell we're gonna do.
Caligula.
Pick Swamp Thing or half the other ones you guys talked about yesterday on the podcast.
No, because if I pick Queen of the Damned, I'm just gonna be singing songs the whole day. Episode. So I don't think that's a good idea. But we'll see, everybody. So with that, Mikey, great choice. Loved your pick.
Thank you.
It's good, bud.
Thanks. That's how it's done.
Love
man.
you.
Oh,
Love
there
y'all
it is.
too. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.